Hello, I am Declan Gill, Solaris Society Opinions, one place on earth all relevant opinions matter. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you never miss another notification. Share with a friend, let us know your comments down below. Yeah, you know the drill. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I haven't had a lot to talk about, and what happened 25th of the last month. I was lost for words for a while. Derek Chauvin and his 3 co-conspirators in the death of George Floyd are all charged with his death. Let's hope that they serve hefty sentences with no possibility of getting out. That's point 1. Point number 2. There's a quote from the original TV show of Hawaii Five-0 back that ran from 1968 to 1980. For context, Tom Skerritt plays a police officer whose wife was murdered. He himself is a suspect, but he went on to kill his wife's lover, who was also a suspect. Jack Lord said, "Every cop on this island has been working overtime to help you, and you just kicked every single one of them in the teeth. Now they'll have to work double time just to prove to the public that they're not all a bunch of killers hiding behind a badge." It's not the same thing, but Derek Chauvin's kind of cop makes any good police officer's job next to impossible. He had at least 18 complaints over his 19-year career. In 2008, if what I read is to be believed, he kicked in the door of a black man's apartment. He bed him up in his bathroom and shot him twice at close range. And how did he still have a job after this? Some will say it's racism, some will say it's poor management. That's not for me to decide. His beat coincided with the nightclub where George Floyd used to work. And the mostly black clientele would, on occasions, get maced without warning. So whether you want to call Derek Chauvin a racist or just a cunt, doesn't matter. I say he's a cunt, and he needs to face all 30 years he's allegedly facing without any possibility of parole. Whatever you thought about George Floyd's past, did he deserve to die suffocated on the ground for 8.5 minutes? No. Black lives matter because they're part of all lives. Brian McFadden wrote a song in 2003 for then Eurovision hopeful Simon Casey. Lyric, "What is the colour of our skin when we all shine from what's within?" Something I'm going to preach religiously from now on. You see, I'm not a racist, I'm anti-racist. I will call out racism where it is proven beyond reasonable doubt that it is racism. And now to my last point. I am pissed off at the mainstream media. Those on the left are showing the riots and saying that they're protests. The right side mainstream media aren't doing much better. Let's just take into account the sheriff of Flint County in Michigan has said that he wanted to make a peaceful protest, a parade, and march with them. Did that get any coverage in the mainstream media? No. Rioters are being handed over by protesters to police. Does that get any coverage? No. Police officers are hugging black people, and even kids who are crying, hugging them. Does that get any coverage in the mainstream media? No! 4. A protester who happened to be black gave water to police, said, "We know you have a tough job, and thank you." Does that get any coverage? No! Police officer was called to arrest a woman who was stealing eggs to feed her family. He went back in and paid for the eggs because he didn't want to apply the law, he wanted to apply the humanity. Did that get any coverage? No! So, there's peaceful protests that are achieving a lot, and there's riots for no fucking reason. To the mainstream media, to the rioters, to those who killed George Floyd, to every incompetent cunt who wears a uniform, which I personally don't believe there's a lot, but, and to every single racist in the world. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I've had a few seconds to calm down to get my last point across. What have I seen over social media that above all else is ignorant, disrespectful, vile, and downright disgusting? It's the George Floyd challenge. What's that, you might ask? You take a picture of you and a friend in Derek Chauvin and George Floyd's positions. Oh, that made me so angry. It's clobbering time and Hulk smash combined and created a motherfucking chain reaction inside me. Like I said again, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. If you are a racist, if you do the George Floyd challenge, if you're a member of the mainstream media who's not showing anything good, and fuck you to the 4 police officers, ex-police officers, who did that to George Floyd. I am Declan Gill, and for this Tirade Thursday, I'm signing off before I give myself a motherfucking heart attack because of anger. I am shaking with anger right now. I don't want to go anymore. Bye.